Have you ever caught yourself wondering, maybe late at night, maybe in a quiet moment, if the way you touch yourself now is actually what your body needs anymore? Especially now, past 60. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. You're so not alone. This question comes up all the time from older men. Not just the, is it still okay to masturbate part, but the deeper one. How do I do it in a way that's safe, respectful, and actually supports my health instead of draining it? Hi, I'm Dr. Masha, and I've had the honor of working with thousands of men who've stood exactly where you are. Men who want to stay in tune with their bodies, feel proud of their sexuality, and age with strength, dignity, and maybe even a bit of swagger. And in today's video, we're diving into something that almost never gets talked about, but absolutely needs to be. We're talking about how to masturbate safely after 60 and the 3 biggest mistakes you've got to steer clear of. But first, please like the video. The more people like it, the more YouTube will distribute it to people who don't have access to doctors or hospitals. Also, please share the video with your friends and family. Many lives can be saved with your help, so share it. Let me be clear, this conversation is not about shame. It's not about performance. It's about protecting your circulation, your prostate, your hormones, and your emotional well-being. So if you've ever felt unsure about what's normal or what's actually safe, then guess what? You're in exactly the right place. Let's begin with why any of this even matters in the first place. First, I want to ease your mind with something important. Masturbation isn't just okay. It's healthy, especially as you get older. Truly. You see, as the years go by, a lot of men start questioning whether their body still needs that kind of release, or worse, they feel ashamed for still wanting it. But let me tell you the truth. Regular, gentle self-stimulation is one of the most natural, powerful ways to support male health after 60. It helps keep blood flowing through the penis, supports prostate function, lowers stress hormones, and even improves sleep by helping the nervous system relax. That's not fluff. That's biology. Now here's the kicker. The way your body responds to touch in your 60s or 70s isn't the same as it did in your 20s or 30s. And that's not failure. It's just the aging process. Our skin thins. Nerve endings that once lit up like a firecracker now take a little more coaxing. Blood vessels, especially in those tender zones, can get reactive and strained more easily. So, your approach to self-pleasure? It has to grow up with you. It's no longer about force or chasing intensity like you might have in your younger years. It's about tuning in, being present, listening to your body with patience, not treating it like a stubborn engine that needs a jump start. When you slow things down and show yourself more care, not only does the experience become more enjoyable, it also becomes way more beneficial for your long-term health. Most men were never taught this. They keep repeating old patterns that once worked and end up feeling frustrated, disconnected, or even physically sore. But once you realize your body now craves something different, something slower, softer, more nourishing, that's when the shift happens. That's when pleasure becomes deeply satisfying, the kind that heals you from the inside out. And that brings us to the first big mistake that so many older men make, often without having a clue. The first major mistake is one I see again and again: rushing. Now that might not sound like a big deal, but I want you to really pause and let this sink in, because the impact of rushing through self-pleasure at this age, it's way bigger than most men realize. A lot of older men treat masturbation like it's some task to check off the list. It becomes something fast, tense, done in silence or secrecy. But here's the thing, that kind of rushed stimulation, it can quietly start working against you, especially after 60. Here's what actually happens when you rush. Your nervous system stays in a state of alert. Your blood vessels constrict instead of opening up. Your heart rate climbs. but not in a warm, healthy way. More in a stressed, shallow breathing kind of way. Your brain's still on guard, scanning for interruptions or guilt. And instead of sending that rich, nourishing blood flow to the penis, your body stays braced. You don't fully relax into the moment. And the result, you might end up feeling disconnected, a little sore, or find it's getting harder and harder just to feel aroused at all. Over time, your body starts to associate touch with tension, not with safety, not with calm. And when that becomes the default, your arousal process, which should be enjoyable and natural, starts feeling mechanical, stiff, and less responsive. But here's the good news. You can absolutely turn this around, and it starts with a surprisingly simple shift. Give yourself more time, even just a few extra minutes, time to breathe, to settle in, to actually arrive, can change everything. No, you don't have to turn it into a candlelit spa day. Unless that's your thing, then hey, go for it. But carving out a few minutes where you're not being pulled in 5 directions, not checking your phone, not waiting for someone to knock on the door, that tells your body, hey, it's safe to let go now. And when your body feels safe, the blood vessels open, the nerves wake up, the tissues respond again, and that is when real satisfaction shows up, not from pressure, not from speed, but from being present, from giving your body the gentle attention it's been asking for this whole time. Now, the second mistake, and oh boy, this one's sneaky, is using too much pressure. I can't say this enough. A lot of men, especially after 50 or 60, start to grip more tightly or move more aggressively during self-stimulation. Sometimes it's just habit. Sometimes it's because the body's a little less sensitive and they're trying to feel something. Totally understandable. But here's where things get tricky. The penis isn't just a stick of skin and muscle. It's filled with delicate, sponge-like blood vessels, sensitive nerve endings, and soft tissue designed to respond best to steady, gentle touch. When you grip too tightly over and over again, you're creating friction, compression, and strain on those tissues. Over time, that can decrease sensitivity. Those nerves stop firing the way they used to. Some men even develop what's casually called death grip syndrome. It's when the body gets so used to one specific kind of tight, intense stimulation that it stops responding to anything else, especially during intimacy. This makes it harder to enjoy touch with a partner or to feel naturally aroused. It can also cause soreness, irritation, or even tiny tears in the skin that you don't notice right away. And if that area becomes inflamed or raw, future pleasure gets less comfortable and more stressful. That starts a cycle. But here's the best part. You can break that cycle. And it starts with gentleness. Try loosening your grip just a little. Yes, it might feel weird at first. That's okay. It might take days or weeks for your body to adjust, but it will. Use a natural, unscented lubricant to reduce friction and protect your skin. Focus on how it feels, not how fast it ends. Breathe, relax your jaw, relax your body. Think of this as a kind of therapeutic massage, something that keeps the tissue healthy, the circulation flowing, and your mind connected to your body. The more you approach this time with patience and care, the more satisfying it becomes. You don't have to chase pleasure. You just have to allow it by creating the right conditions for it to show up. Now, the third mistake? This one might surprise you because it's not about how you touch your body, it's about how you feel about touching your body. Now, the third mistake? This one might surprise you because it's not about how you touch your body, it's about how you feel about touching your body. And ignoring the emotional side of self-pleasure is something many older men have done for years without realizing the toll it quietly takes. Because let's be honest, most of us were never taught that our emotions and hormones are connected, that what we think, remember, or stress about shapes the way we experience pleasure. For some men, it shows up as shame. Maybe you grew up hearing that masturbation was wrong or dirty, or something you should keep secret. For others, it's more about what aging brings. Maybe your body looks different. Maybe it takes longer to get aroused. And slowly, these thoughts build up like background noise. Am I normal? Is this okay? And instead of finding peace in the experience, you start feeling tension or guilt, or maybe you avoid it altogether. But here's the thing. Emotions that get buried don't vanish. They get stored in your muscles, in your breath, even in the way your blood flows. Over time, this emotional weight can lead to performance anxiety, a sense of disconnection from your body, even depression. And for many men, what starts as physical disinterest is really emotional distance. It's not that your body can't respond, it's that your heart doesn't feel safe anymore. The experience no longer feels like comfort, it feels like confusion. So, what do? Start with compassion. Talk to yourself the way you would talk to someone you love. Remind yourself that this isn't about performing or proving anything. This is about connection, healing, and taking care of your body in a way that's deeply personal and deeply human. And if that feels hard, that's okay too. Talk to someone, a doctor, a therapist, or even a good friend who's been through it. There is nothing weak about needing support. In fact, it takes guts to open up about something this personal. You deserve to feel safe in your skin. You deserve to enjoy your body, no matter what age you are. And being honest about your feelings, that's not soft. That's powerful. That's the foundation for real healing. Because this isn't just about release. It's about self-respect. And it begins by letting go of shame and replacing it with understanding. Now that we've looked at the three biggest mistakes, rushing, pressure, and emotional disconnect, let's shift into something more hopeful. Let's talk about how to build a self-care routine that actually supports your health, honors your experience, and helps you feel good in every sense of the word. Start with cleanliness. It might sound obvious, but it's essential. Make sure your hands are clean. If you use tools, cloths, or towels, keep those clean too. Set yourself up in a space that's quiet and peaceful, somewhere you can be alone without distractions or interruptions. Use a natural, fragrance-free lubricant. It helps protect the skin, reduces friction, and makes the whole experience smoother, literally and emotionally. And always pay attention to what your body is telling you. If you feel pain, tightness, or notice things like swelling, soreness, or irritation, don't brush it off. These could be signs of something more serious: inflammation, circulation problems, or a condition related to your prostate, and a doctor can help. It's not weakness, it's wisdom. But when self-touch is done gently and mindfully, it becomes a form of healthcare. Yes, healthcare. And if you're coming back to this after years of disconnection or silence, guess what? That's beautiful. That's not regression. It's evolution. It's learning what your body needs now, not what it used to need. And that's something to celebrate. You are not broken. You're not past your prime. You're simply in a new phase of life, one that asks for more care, more presence, more kindness. And when you show your body that kind of compassion, it will respond, often in surprising, powerful, beautiful ways. So tonight, or whenever you feel ready, give yourself that gift. Not pressure, not performance, just presence. You deserve that. And if this helped you in any way, please consider subscribing. Because your body still matters, your pleasure still matters, and your confidence, it's absolutely worth protecting. Until next time, stay strong, stay curious, and take really good care of yourself.